name is Avery and I'm doing my historical moment over the UT Arlington. A little background information about UT Arlington. It's located in Arlington. It's considered a community school, but in my opinion, it's not considered a community school since we have over 58,000 students, and out of that 58,000 students, more than 1,500 stay on campus, and more than 45 students are not are taking physical classes, not online. So I think we kind of we outgrown that community identity. We was founded in 1895, and today we have over 180 plus degree programs. Our nursing program is really ranked high. UTA is very proud of the nursing program. When I graduated in 2015, the nursing program was fifth in the nation. So we are still top seven in the nation. And then we have over 300 campus organizations. The reason why I picked UT Arlington is my alma mater. While I was there, I was in many organizations, from being on track and field team, being part of the leadership department, pledging my fraternity, being presidents of different organizations, to ending being Mr. UTA and being a resident assistant. So I put my heart, my sweat, and a little blood into UTA. So the big event that I want to talk about dealing with UTA is the 8 different name changes that went with UTA. At each name change, the school was at a different point, was at a different social point that kind of reflect the name of the school at the time. At first, we had Arlington College, then we had Carlisle Military Academy, Arlington Training School, Arlington Military Academy, Groves Vocational College, North Texas Agriculture College, Arlington State College, and of course, what it is today, the University of Texas at Arlington. With this exception, the name was Arlington College. Arlington College was established by Mr. Edward Rankin as civic leader in Arlington to improve the availability of quality education to the new founded town. With its co-principals Lee Hammond and Mr. William Trimble, um, the institution was only two and a half story wood frame schoolhouse and was built what is today known as the University Center. It's kind of cool when you go back on campus because Hammond and Trimble Hall is currently the math building. And then, of course, with Mr. J.D. Diddle and Mr. A.W. Collins also donating to the college, these two names, if you drive in Arlington, you will see these names as streets in Arlington. So it's kind of cool to see that these people who helped start the school leave their legacy if their name is a street in Arlington, of their names or buildings on campus. Next, we have Carlisle Military Academy. Colonel James Carlisle arrived in 1902 and converted the campus to a private academy for young males. Despite its official admission policy, the school had at least 8 females graduate during its 11 years. So this was the beginning of the military years. Including this name and plus the next 2 names, the university focused on military and it being a vocational college. During this time, we also see an increase of young women starting to apply and go to college, not just at UT Arlington, but in the country. Here's a picture of Carlisle Military Academy. That tall building at the top, that was the very first building, and at first it was the only building when it was Arlington College. But with the years of implementing and planning, when Carlisle Military became, we added these other buildings that you see now today. This is also a little rock that was, I want to say, some stones from one of the buildings back in the day. As you can see, it reads Carlisle Military Academy, and this was recently found, I want to say, no more than a year ago. Next after Carlisle Military Academy was still in the military years, and now it's Arlington Training School. Educator Taylor reopened the institution as Arlington Training School with the military style discipline and high school level coursework. Although the institution focused still on boys' preparatory education, females were admitted as day students. So now we're starting to see an increase of female students as the years go on and as time go by. I'm sorry. And in the corner, this is also the symbol that was used at the time to represent Arlington Training School and the military academies. Next, we had Arlington Military Academy. Opened by John B. Dutton, Arlington Military Academy operated only for 1 year. This 1 year kind of marked the end of the community to support the private, intermediate, and secondary institution as a military school. Even though that this ended the whole military and vocational school, we still have a presence of military training units on campus to this day. Next, we have Grove Vocational College. In 1917, the institution became a branch of the Agriculture and Mechanical College of Texas, now Texas A&M, named for Judge Vincent Grubbs of Greenville, who led a campaign to create the school. The state junior college curriculum focused on agriculture, mechanical, and industrial trades, as well as household arts for female students. As you can see at the top, that was the symbol at the time, and to this day, even though the military at this time, even though that UTA started to break away from that military identity, it was still required for all students, all male students, to be cadets of the ROTC program. This is when Remsen Hall was built. Remsen Hall was one of the oldest buildings on campus to this day, and today Remsen Hall houses our honor college students, where if you're in the honors program at UTA, you will report to Ransom Hall to take some of your classes. At this time, it was very important for students to get physical education. So in this picture, you see a group of young ladies participate in an hour of mandatory physical education. Next, we have North Texas Agriculture College. In 1923, the college was renamed to better reflect the fact that it had become a public institution with a liberal arts curriculum that was no longer strictly vocational, as well as a rapid expanding enrollment. The students of North Aggie Land looked fondly on their years at NTAC. Life on campus was alive with a host of clubs, dance performances, and sporting events. Unsatisfied with NTAC's 2-year status, the administration unsuccessfully petitioned Texas A&M Board throughout the 1940s to elevate it to a senior college status. So right now we're starting to see more of UTA to be more of a school for everybody, with enrollment increasing with different types of students coming in, and they're trying to break away from the A&M name because A&M was not treating them right, and they wanted to become a 4-year college. I use this picture because, unfortunately, today we don't have a football team. But at the time, we did have a football team. They were named as their mascot was the Grubs at the time. Nice little fun fact: UTA has went through 5 different mascots, and while going through the 8 different name changes, and at this time, the football team is very undefeated. It just sucks that today we don't have a football team. Next, we have Arlington State College. As the largest state-supported junior college in the Southwest, the school had transitioned to a comprehensive academic institution. Its name once again changed, and in 1959, after over a decade of effort, Arlington State became a 4-year institution. The Rebel football team won the Junior Rose Bowl in 1956 and 1957. So this was a big pivotal moment in in UT Arlington history, because we finally broke away from we started to break away from the A&M system and start having conversations with the UT system. And once again, that the football team made big strides and accomplished big goals by winning these Rose Bowls. And this was the first year that Arlington became a 4-year institution. So Arlington State College was a big name change for the school. And here we go today, the University of Texas at Arlington. The University of Texas at Arlington institution received its current name by the act of state legislature making each of the UT system campuses the University of Texas Act. The student adopted the Maverick nickname in 1971 after controversy over the former rebel theme and Old South symbol. So this is where we are today, with over 57,000 students and over 180 programs and over 100 buildings. UTA Fort Worth offer graduate programs catered to working professionals, as well as junior and senior level undergraduate courses in engineering, nursing, business, and other areas. And here's our pictures of how UTA looks today. In the top, that's our Maverick Center, and at the bottom is an overview of the whole campus. And our text, the text talk about different time periods where different things happen in the country. UT Arlington, at the time, it was Arlington College was founded during a university transformation period, where a lot of junior colleges were founded during that period. Also during that period, the nation realized that a lot of schools was focusing on engineering and not agriculture. So with the help of passing the Hatch Act in 1887 and the Smith-Lever Act in 1914 and other acts, um, it helped schools really start focusing on agriculture and really start funding schools to focus on agriculture. So this is why you see UT Arlington at the time period start really focusing on agriculture because of these certain acts. And at this time, a need for universities to start focusing on agriculture became arise. It arose. Also, you heard me talk about the increase of women going to college. Also, during this time period, the text talks about how women start enrolling in higher numbers in universities. And like I said earlier, we start seeing an increase from it only being 8 young ladies graduating to now what we see today, where women outnumber men on campus. Also, during this time period, because of the wars that was going on, universities were able to house soldiers. So that's why at the beginning of UTA's inception, it was mandatory for males to be enrolled in the ROTC program because during this time, during our country, a lot of war was going on. Today, because of all these strives and everything, this had helped UTA become what it is today. Today, UT Arlington still has that strong military presence on campus. We're now part of UT system. Unfortunately, with all that agriculture talk, we kind of did away with that, and we're now with the UT system. With those 5 mascots I was telling you about, and the 7 name changes, you can see those name changes in the 5 mascots being used throughout the campus through different campus buildings or different streets on campus. You will see those reoccurring names, the Grubs, the Rebels, all on campus. Even though we did away with the agriculture program, we still have a very strong engineering program. And like I said earlier, we went away from the 2-year university college to a 4-year university. So to sum up everything, during the time period, America had a big influence on our colleges, especially UT Arlington, from influencing it to be an agriculture college, to influence it, be a military college, to influencing it, to increase the young ladies that attended college, and to influencing it from us even doing away with the A&M system and going to the UT system. And that's my presentation.